5 powerful words to tell yourself every morning. Rewire your mind. Stoicism. Most people start their day already behind. They wake up and react. Notifications decide their mood. Other people decide their pace. Old fears decide their confidence. Stoicism teaches a different approach. You prepare your mind before the world touches it. Words matter because repetition shapes belief. What you tell yourself each morning becomes your mental posture for the day. If your inner language is weak, your actions follow. If your inner language is disciplined, your behavior stabilizes. This is not motivation. This is conditioning. The Stoics understood this long before modern psychology. Marcus Aurelius wrote reminders to himself daily, not to feel better, but to act better. These were not affirmations of comfort. They were commands of responsibility. In this video, you will learn 5 powerful words you can tell yourself every morning to rewire how you think, respond, and carry yourself. Each word serves a function. Each one corrects a common mental error. Together, they form a daily framework for self-control and self-respect. Apply these words consistently. Do not rush them. Say them with clarity. Let them guide your decisions throughout the day. If this type of Stoic teaching helps you build discipline and clarity, subscribe to this channel. New videos focus on mental strength, emotional regulation, and practical Stoic wisdom you can apply daily. Now begin. 1. I control my response. This sentence draws the core Stoic boundary. You do not control events. You do not control people. You do not control outcomes. You control your response. Saying this each morning reminds you where your power actually lies. Most frustration comes from trying to manage what was never yours. Traffic, delays, criticism, uncertainty. When these appear, emotion rises because you expected control where none exists. This word corrects that error before the day begins. By repeating this, you train restraint. You pause before reacting. You ask what choice belongs to you in this moment. Often the answer is tone, effort, or silence. These small decisions shape your character more than any outcome. This word also builds accountability. You stop blaming conditions. You stop outsourcing responsibility. You accept that how you act matters regardless of circumstances. This creates confidence rooted in reality. Self-love here means ownership. You respect yourself enough to govern your behavior. Each morning reminder strengthens that habit. Begin the day by identifying one situation where your response usually fails. A delay, a comment, a request. Visualize it briefly. Then decide in advance how you will respond with control. This pre-decision reduces emotional surprise and increases follow-through. Notice how response control protects energy. When you react impulsively, you lose focus and time. When you respond deliberately, you preserve both. This makes you more effective across the day, especially under pressure. Response control also improves relationships. People trust those who act consistently. Calm responses reduce conflict. Clear responses prevent regret. Over time, others adjust their behavior because they recognize your steadiness. This practice builds internal authority. You stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstance. You see yourself as the final decision maker over conduct. This shifts identity from reactive to reliable. Each evening, review one response from the day. Ask if it matched your intention. If it did not, note it without judgment. Correction starts with awareness, not punishment. Self-love here is self-governance. You led yourself instead of excusing yourself. Each morning reminder strengthens discipline. Over time, your responses define your character more than any external result. 2. I accept what comes. Acceptance is not weakness. It is clarity. Saying this prepares your mind for friction. You expect obstacles. You expect resistance. You stop acting surprised when life behaves as life does. When you accept reality early, you waste less energy fighting it. You redirect that energy into adaptation. This keeps you effective under pressure. Acceptance also reduces emotional spikes. When plans change, you adjust instead of collapse. When people disappoint, you respond instead of react. This steadiness compounds daily. This word trains realism. You stop demanding comfort. You start practicing resilience. That shift alone reduces anxiety. Self-love here means honesty. You stop lying to yourself about how life works. You meet the day prepared instead of entitled. 2. I accept what comes. Acceptance is not weakness. It is clarity. Saying this prepares your mind for friction. You expect obstacles. You expect resistance. You stop acting surprised when life behaves as life does. When you accept reality early, you waste less energy fighting it. You redirect that energy into adaptation. This keeps you effective under pressure. Acceptance also reduces emotional spikes. When plans change, you adjust instead of collapse. When people disappoint, you respond instead of react. This steadiness compounds daily. This word trains realism. You stop demanding comfort. You start practicing resilience. That shift alone reduces anxiety. Self-love here means honesty. You stop lying to yourself about how life works. You meet the day prepared instead of entitled. 3. I choose discipline. Discipline is a choice before it is a habit. Saying this each morning reinforces that choice. You remind yourself that comfort does not lead. Values do. This word applies to small actions. Getting up on time. Speaking clearly. Finishing tasks. Avoiding excess. Each act of discipline strengthens self-trust. Without this reminder, emotion decides behavior. With it, intention leads. You stop waiting to feel ready. You act because you decided to. Discipline also creates freedom. The more control you have over yourself, the less external pressure controls you. This is Stoic independence in practice. Self-love here means structure. You treat yourself as capable of effort, not fragile. This builds pride without arrogance. Start by defining discipline in practical terms. Choose one action you will complete regardless of mood. This could be waking on time, exercising briefly, or completing a difficult task early. Consistency matters more than intensity. Discipline removes negotiation. When a task is decided, debate ends. This saves mental energy. You act without internal conflict. Over time, resistance weakens because the rule stays firm. This practice also sharpens focus. When distractions appear, you return to the chosen action. Attention strengthens through repetition. Productivity improves because effort stays directed. Discipline builds self-trust through evidence. Each completed action proves reliability. Confidence grows from what you do, not what you plan. This form of confidence remains stable under pressure. External freedom follows internal control. When you manage impulses, fewer situations control you. You depend less on motivation, praise, or conditions. Self-love here is commitment to growth. You hold yourself to standards because you believe in your capacity. Each morning choice to practice discipline reinforces identity and builds long-term resilience. 4. I remain calm. Calm is not passive. It is controlled energy. Saying this each morning sets a standard for your nervous system. You remind your body and mind to slow down before stress appears. Calm improves judgment. When emotion stays regulated, decisions improve. Conflicts de-escalate. Focus sharpens. You stay present instead of reactive. This word pairs with breath. When tension rises, you return to slow breathing. Calm becomes a physical state, not a concept. Over time, this reduces impulsive behavior. You respond with intention. Others notice your steadiness. Respect follows naturally. Self-love here means regulation. You give yourself tools to remain stable under pressure. Begin by treating calm as a skill, not a mood. You do not wait to feel calm. You practice calm. Each morning, commit to slowing your pace on purpose. Speak slower. Move with control. These signals train your nervous system. Calm protects clarity. When pressure rises, a calm mind sees options. A rushed mind sees threats. By remaining calm, you widen choice. You avoid mistakes caused by urgency and fear. This practice also strengthens authority. Calm people command attention without force. They do not need volume or emotion to be heard. Their presence sets the tone. This influence grows through consistency. Calm creates recovery speed. When something goes wrong, you reset faster. You do not spiral. You stabilize and continue. This reduces mental exhaustion across the day. Use calm as a checkpoint. When you notice irritation, pause, breathe, adjust posture, return to neutral. This interrupts escalation before damage occurs. Self-love here is protection. You guard your mental state because it shapes every decision. Each morning reminder trains steadiness. Over time, calm becomes your default response, even under pressure. 5. I act with purpose. Purpose directs energy. Saying this reminds you that your actions matter. You move with intention instead of drifting through the day. Purpose reduces rumination. When your focus is on contribution, self-pity fades. You ask how to be useful. This grounds your self-worth in action. This word also strengthens consistency. You align choices with values. You stop chasing approval. You build identity through conduct. Purpose creates meaning without noise. You know why you act. That clarity reduces doubt. Self-love here means commitment. You show up for your values daily. Begin each morning by naming one outcome you will move toward. Keep it specific. A task completed. A problem addressed. A conversation handled with care. Specific purpose prevents distraction. Purpose filters decisions. When options appear, you choose what supports your aim. This reduces wasted effort. Energy stays focused because direction is clear. Acting with purpose also improves endurance. When effort feels difficult, meaning sustains it. You continue because the action matters, not because it feels easy. Purpose strengthens integrity. You act the same when watched and when alone. Values guide conduct. This builds quiet confidence. This practice reduces regret. At the end of the day, you evaluate actions against intention. Learning replaces self-criticism. Growth continues. Self-love here is loyalty to direction. You refuse to drift. Each morning commitment to purpose builds momentum. Over time, your life reflects deliberate choice instead of reaction. If these 5 words helped you, subscribe to this channel for more Stoic guidance. Comment which word you will practice tomorrow morning.